Hello again, Gooners. I'm setting up this little machine. Like it? I didn't give you much chance to look at it, but it's a decent machine. I'm going to tell you that. It's true. It comes from the heart. Well, it comes from the pay packet, really. Back in the day, not right now. I bought this machine, what, a few years ago. I'm digressing. I shouldn't do that because it's give me 5. Could be this hand or this hand. It's your choice. Which hand do you want? I don't know, but it's certainly going to be 5. I've got 5 digits for now. Till some mafia guy sort of would you say, jacks me of one finger. That would sound a bit rude, but anyway, that's the sort of thing they do, right? Some mafia people, they take off a finger for no particular reason, just because they're in a bad mood or something. You crossed the road and didn't use a zebra crossing, they might take a finger for that. I doubt it, because that's what well, who does that? I don't know. Before I get myself into trouble, let's just go through my top 5. First of all, we're going to be talking Arturo Vidal. That's number 1 or number 5, whichever way round we're going to do it. Next story, Daily Mail, talking about Balotelli for a change. Number 3 is number 3, no matter which way you look at it, if you've only got 5. Number 3 is 11. I know that sounds confusing, but bear with me. Number 3 is 11 players have left Arsenal. It's not quite as good as it sounds. It doesn't sound that good, does it? Right. And hear that rustling paper? That means I've got a script of some description. And number 2, or number 4, depending which way round you're doing it. Number 2 is all about a Croat. A Croat, if you pronounced it in the wrong way, would be a Croat. Anyway, it's about a Croat rather than a Croat. Croat, that sounds like old English currency. 2 Croats. Oh, I bet you 2 Croats I can throw that horseshoe even, and make it land on that nail. Did they have nails in those days? Well, perhaps fingernails. Anyway, number one is number 1 in my book. Could be number 5 for you, but it's number 1 for me. And it's all about Sanchez. Chile's Alexis Sanchez. 25 years of age, and I'll tell you more later. Trust me, there's not much to look forward to, but anyway, what there is to look forward to is coming up in just a while. Anyway, looking again at my script, and to be honest, my script, I heard a noise from upstairs. It sounded like they're really excited about it. Clearly, they've not had a look at my script. But having a look at my script made me realise that, yes, I got really excited, well, to a point, and then it all kind of died away when I started looking at Arsenal and transfer news. The two don't go together at all. It's not like putting cheese on bread, or spreading something really tasty on your bread. It's nothing like that at all. It's like, I'm trying to think, what is it like? It's like taking a piece of bread and just wiping the floor with it and picking up some dust and trying to eat it. It's that tasty, our transfer news. Anyway, that wasn't a great analogy, but that's how I feel. I'm just expressing my opinion, all right? No one should have a problem with that. Right, okay, so coming in at number 5, I'll put number 10 here because I was thinking of 10 and it got cut down to 5. But okay, number 5 is Arsene Wenger admits he does have an interest in Arturo Vidal. That is the story being run by the Metro. And now I'm beginning to understand exactly why some of those people out there, and I wasn't one of them, some of those people out there have questioned, I'm saying it in a very sort of Spanish way, which is very, very apt given we're talking about Arturo Vidal, who has a very Spanish name. You can't get much more Spanish than that, can you? Apart from Sanchez, who we'll come to later. Anyway, I digress. Arsene Wenger admits an interest, according to the Metro, in Arturo Vidal. £44 million is the exact amount, well, give or take about 20 million, is the exact amount, give or take 20 million, of what he's prepared to spend on this Juventus player. He's in fact willing. I looked at the verbs. I was very conscious of this. I made an effort to look at the verbs and decide which is the operative verb here. And the operative verb here is lure. He is going to lure him in with promises. I'm imagining the promises. I don't know about this. But this was the story. Arsene didn't actually use the word lure at any point at all in this story, but the story turned into that he's actually going to lure him in. I don't know what with. Who knows what Arturo Vidal likes whatever it is that he likes, we're going to put a lot of them in a row and kind of bring him towards the Emirates. There it is up there. We're going to bring him towards the Emirates with all these items that really lure him. So he's going to be lured. If it were apples, I'd probably chop the apples, given it's Arsenal, and we wouldn't use like whole apples or expensive ones. We'd buy those ones, you know, not in a pack because they cost more. We'd buy those really cheap apples and cast-offs, and we would chop them up, bruises and all, and then Arturo Vidal would be lured in to the Emirates. Anyway, Arsene Wenger said the following. What did he say? I think he might have said this.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
Well, he always says that. But apart from that, he said, Vidal is one of the best midfielders in the world. He has everything. He has incredible stamina, perfect timing. He's a marathon athlete who plays football. So, wait a minute, who are we talking about? Sounds like Cesc Fabregas to me. I think I better move on. Right, number 4 story on the, and this was printed in the Daily Mail, but I only saw the internet version. Arsene Wenger said the following about Balotelli. He said,
when 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
Perhaps he didn't say that at all. He in fact said, no, that is pure invention. We cannot believe absolutely everything that is on the internet or in the newspapers. Well, on that very subject, I would say this. On Andre Arshavin, when he was first asked about him, he didn't really want to say anything good, particularly. He said he was a good player, but he said he wasn't interested. Well, about 6 months down the line, he did in fact sign Andre Arshavin, if my maths is correct. But he didn't sign him in the summer transfer window. He waited till January. He waited till the last day of January to sign him. And of course, there's been allegations that he was under pressure from the board to actually make a marquee signing. Marquee signing sounds really strange to me. It sounds like buying a tent. But anyway, never mind about that. Could we buy Balotelli instead of a tent? I think, personally, not saying I know the club obviously reasonably well, given that I've followed them for long enough. But I don't know the individuals who make the decisions. But given that I know the club as well as I do, I think we'd go for the tent rather than Balotelli, because the tent's cheaper. And you can put people in and charge them lots of money, and Bob's your uncle. And certainly, if Bob's your uncle and he's getting a cut of profits you make, he's going to be a happy uncle. Anyway, let's move on. Number 3. Number 3, as I said before, number 3 is an undisputed number 3, except for this point. Number 3 is 11. 11 players leaving the club. It's a bit of a cheat, really, this story. I picked it up in a Bleacher Report. It's a bit of a cheat because, in fact, it's not really 11, it's 9. Because 2 of the players, to our knowledge, and pretty much, unless you've lived in a hole, a deep, dark hole in the ground with no Sky TV, no cable TV, no internet connection, no telephone, no contact with the outside world, unless you've lived down that hole, you will certainly know about 2 of these of the 11. Those 2 being Fabianski, the unreal Fab, as opposed to the real Fab, who now plays for Chelsea, and Bakary Sagna, who of course has joined Manchester City. Fabianski, of course, joining Swansea, just in case you had lived down that hole. Right, what about the others? Well, Nicholas Bentner is the highest profile name, so I'll get that out of the way straight away. According to some reports, he may be joining Southampton. Not sure I believe those reports, but there you go. Don't shoot the messenger, all right? Park Chu-young. Now, here's a different story. I haven't got, sometimes I've got the noise he makes, but it's not like this. Who makes that sort of noise? There's somebody with asthma. We haven't got any asthmatics at Arsenal. It's certainly not Park Chu-young. He sounds more like, oh no, which was my impression of a Wookiee, because Chewie, right? Chu-young. Anyway, never mind. Anyway, he's gone. We don't know where. He's probably, well, you know, what do they call it? He disappeared into the ether. Because if he's an internet sensation, that's where he would go. But he's more than an internet sensation. Obviously, he's played for South Korea enough times. Surely he's going to get a club somewhere. My guess is he'll end up back in South Korea, or possibly around that region. That's my guess. All right. So I don't know. I haven't got any inside news on him, but as soon as I've got it, I'll let you know. So that's one of the players that's leaving. No surprises there. Same with Bentner. Kim Kallstrom. Shellstrom. Why is he called Shellstrom? It sounds like a shellfish, but anyway, another story. His loan has expired, so he was never going to stay. No surprises there. Viviano, the goalkeeper, he's off ski as well. His loan has expired, so off he goes. Never mind. We've only got one goalkeeper. First, who's good enough to play between the sticks now for our first team. No hurry. There's no hurry to sign anyone, is there? If the season starts, we only have one goalkeeper. Who are we going to put in between the sticks instead? Arteta? He can do everything else, right? He's great on PR, so perhaps if we do let him 20 goals, he could sort of make excuses. No, I don't want to have a go at Arteta. I do like Arteta, but you know how I feel. Right, Zach Ansah has now joined Charlton Athletic. Well, fully for him. I'm not sure I should say more on that, but I think he's a good player. I've seen him play a few times. I think he's reasonably good, and I think Charlton are quite lucky to sign him. I'm just a bit annoyed he's not signed for another team, that's all. Chuck Sanike, well, he's gone, and obviously very much in demand. Daniel Boateng, I've seen him a few times, not a bad player at all. So whoever gets him will be quite pleased if it's lower level. I don't think it's Premier League just yet. I mean, this is the thing. Arsenal do sign some good players, some good youngsters. We don't always see the best of them, but somebody else obviously does. And you don't have to look too far, do you, to find good Arsenal youngsters that maybe not have flourished to the same level as Arsenal, but have done reasonably well and forged good careers, either at a lower level or even in the Premier League. Then the other two, don't know a lot about them, so I just can only wish them the best of luck. Zach Fagan and Leander Seaman. So not like David Seaman, it looks more like a German kind of spelling. Right, so that's number 3. So now we're getting down to the. Can I feel your excitement? No, I can't actually. I'm more excited than you because I just hit my Sky remote control, which is weird really, seeing as I don't actually watch much Sky football anymore because it's mostly cricket. Right, Dejan Lovren. I jumped straight in there. It's a number 2. He's a Croat as I would prefer to call him. He's a Croat and he could be on the move to Arsenal from Southampton for the sum of 12 million. But Southampton want 15 million according to the story. Therefore, it will cost us 3 million more. Therefore, the deal will not happen. Read my lips. The deal will not happen. Chile's Alexis Sanchez. 25 years of age. This is the number 1 story, by the way. I should have had a drum roll or something, but I just launched into it. Chile's Alexis Sanchez could be joining Arsenal. The story goes that Arsenal and Manchester United plot a gate crash. Blah, 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 blah. Gate crash involves splinters, and quite honestly, I really, really don't see this one happening at all. So, once again, it's another week without any transfer news whatsoever. No wonder Arsenal fans are unhappy about Arsene Wenger playing on the beach. No deals are done. Manchester United are signing the likes of Shaw and Herrera, and we're just sitting there while Wenger kicks sand in our face. Well, I'm not saying that's literally true, but that's how it feels. Until the next time, I can only say this. Go on!